If you see her on the street, you will never think that this is already a mature woman with grandchildren, and even more so no one wants to meet her late in the evening in the gateway, because even a bully bypasses him, and strong men at the sight of this woman freeze in place. Robbie Hills is already 50 years old and she lives in Canada. This woman has 2 adult children, and she is the best grandmother for 3 wonderful grandchildren. That's right, in between everyday worries, Robbie surprises the world with her physical form and does it so successfully that no one dares to call her grandmother. At the same time, Robbie herself does not whine to her friends about her health and does not sit on a bench near the house for her first trip to the gym. Robbie remembers like yesterday. This happened back in the distant 1989, when, after graduating from school, she went to the nearest gym in order to slightly improve her physical shape, and at first, sports were the most common hobby. However, the young girl was so carried away by the occupation that, without noticing it, Robbie devoted her whole life to them. Since then, sports, a certain regimen and special nutrition have become a daily routine for health, and even 2 happy pregnancies did not make a woman give up bodybuilding. Being pregnant, she also made sure to stay in shape and maintain her health. Moreover, Robbie managed to remain both a good mother and a professional athlete. And also work and other things, worries, and now I'm more for those who say that they don't have time for themselves at all. Soon, hard training gave results and is now in great shape. Robbie can be the envy of every athlete at almost 50 years old. Her pumped-up body weight is 88 kilograms, and her biceps are as much as 43 centimeters. I think it is unnecessary to say that with such a grandmother you cannot be afraid of anything. And when Robbie walks down the street with his grandchildren, all passers-by turn their heads in surprise and even take pictures of them. The grandmother herself has long been accustomed to such a reaction of people, because she understands well that her muscles are something out of the ordinary. And although Robbie herself gave the sport and the regime more than 30 years, it is difficult to call her strictly. She loves to spend time with her grandchildren and fool around, as well as play with them, like the most ordinary grandmother. Probably many are interested in the question of who the grandmother, a bodybuilder, works for, and, believe me, her work is not easy. Robbie works for correctional officers, and she works very successfully, and the prisoners themselves respect her. After all, even there, she was able to fulfill the need for training by creating additional classes and strength training for the prisoners themselves. The biggest achievement for Robbie was to receive a certificate in 2014 from the International Bodybuilding Federation, and from that moment she began to actively compete in international competitions in the professional league. The woman recalls with trepidation the times when her daughters were small and came to each of her competitions to support, and they shouted that their mother was the best. She dedicated every victory to her children. Her busy schedule never interfered with raising children. The woman walked into the hall. When the girls were at school, they prepared a special sports menu for themselves, until they slept, so the girls' childhood was not determined by maternal attention. Now Robbie gets up every day at 6 in the morning and does 20 minutes of cardio before the first meal. Later, she goes to the gym, where she does strength training as well as scheduled lessons. A walk with her dog in the park, followed by time to relax with her family. She hopes to become a source of inspiration for many grandmothers and show them that you can do what you love regardless of age, not paying attention to the opinions of other people, as the woman herself says. I just want to prove to everyone that you always need to love yourself and do what makes you happy, regardless of others. Well, judging by Rugby, this is true. In general, here is such a very unusual grandmother. Friends, what do you think about Robbie Hills? Probably, hardly anyone would like to be rude to her. Be sure to write your opinion about what you saw in the comments. But for today it's all to rate the video. If you liked it, see you soon, and for now.